But anybody who's here on a visa, we can take it away. And look, this is something we've already been doing, Martin. Look at, since those protests started in October, look at what we've already done on some of those student visas. If you come here claiming you want to study, but you then start spreading hatred, I'm afraid that's not what your visa's for. Let's be clear. If that's what you want to do, go find somewhere else to do it.
In the wake of the recent Rochdale by-election, the UK government is implementing stringent measures to curb the influence of foreign hate preachers. This initiative, largely focused on those who propagate hatred at pro-Palestine rallies, comes in response to a surge in anti-Semitic incidents following the Hamas assaults on Israel in October. Ministers are now contemplating the revocation of visas for individuals deemed to be inciting discord and preventing their entry into the UK altogether. The border force currently possesses the authority to refuse visas to those considered detrimental to the public good, a power traditionally reserved for national security threats. However, there is now a push to broaden this definition to include those who disseminate hate speech. The Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, in a compelling speech to the nation last Friday, called for a united front against extremists aiming to divide society. This new strategy seeks to thwart the spread of hate speech and prevent individuals from fostering division within communities. Sunak emphasized that Home Secretary James Cleverly has instructed officials to rigorously examine the visas of foreigners who incite hatred at protests or engage in intimidation. We will not hesitate to revoke their right to stay here. Sunak declared, underscoring the government's commitment to protecting communities and upholding the values of tolerance and respect. This decisive stance signifies a major step in the government's ongoing efforts to counter extremism and promote social cohesion. This approach mirrors France's actions, where numerous extremists have been expelled since the October 7th attacks. Last month, a Tunisian imam who had resided in France for decades was deported for making inflammatory remarks. Despite having lived in France since the age of 12, he was swiftly deported to Tunisia within 8 hours after labeling the French flag as satanic. This clampdown comes amidst growing fears of escalating extremism post-October 7. According to the Mail on Sunday, MPs were briefed that the risk of a terrorist attack on British soil is at its highest since the September 11th attacks. One MP who attended the security services briefing expressed alarm, noting an unprecedented level of extremist communication. Jonathan Hall KC, the independent reviewer of counter-terrorism legislation, highlighted the severity of the situation, remarking that he had not seen such blatant extremism since taking office in 2019. Lord Walney, the government's independent advisor on tackling political violence, urged MPs to dissociate from the Palestine Solidarity Campaign due to its organization of numerous pro-Gaza events since October 7th. He emphasized that support should only resume aim once the campaign eliminates hate speech from its marches. Chancellor Jeremy Hunt echoed these concerns, stressing the necessity of government intervention to uphold the traditional British value of tolerance. In an interview with GB News, Hunt underscored the need to maintain this fundamental virtue in light of recent events. He expressed concern over a recent protest, which he described as intimidating and making some individuals feel unsafe in their neighborhoods. Labour education spokesman Bridget Phillipson voiced support for strong measures against extremism, but highlighted the importance of preserving the right to protest as a fundamental aspect of democracy. Over the weekend, pro-Palestine demonstrations continued across England and Wales, with local protests targeting Barclays Bank over its historical ties to Israel. During a march towards a Barclays branch in central London, demonstrators controversially chanted "From the river to the sea," a slogan criticized by some for advocating the elimination of Israel. A larger march through the capital, organized by the Palestine Solidarity Campaign, is scheduled for the upcoming Saturday. We invite you to share your thoughts on these significant developments in the comments section below. Your perspective is crucial as we navigate this critical issue affecting our safety and community. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay informed on the latest news and discussions.